Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. Hope everyone had a great weekend as well. Today I got something a little different planned. It's gonna be a bit of a surprise. I will be playing Call of Duty, but there's gonna be something else going on. It's mostly gonna be caught in the background. And I'm excited to share it with you all in a little bit. It's going to be a good way for people to get to know each other, which is kind of nice. But if you're in here, please let me know how your day's going. Please say hello. Give me a little shocker wave if you'd like to. And love to hear about how your weekend went. It was really fun on Saturday to play games with so many people at once. It was a really good crowd in the game and in the chat. Definitely had more to drink than I was intending. But that's usually how it goes. That's part of the drinking rules. That's what made it so fun. And yeah, so I'm excited for today. If you have not already joined the Discord, here's the link to join the Discord, because there's going to be some important changes that are coming up soon. I normally don't tag like at everyone in the Discord. But for this one, I'm probably going to, because there's going to be quite a few changes coming up in the next couple weeks, especially starting next week. A little bit this week, but starting mostly next week, there's going to be some big changes. So I'm going to be tagging at everyone and then doing the check to see who would like notifications, because the notifications in the Discord are all optional. Because like I said, I only tag at everyone once because I've only done it once before. So this will be the second time. Thank you for blurping all over everyone lives. Ski eye. How's your Monday going? Hope everything's going well with you. Hi. Hello, hello. How was the rest of your weekend? How was Goose on Saturday and your Sunday and everything like that? Hope everything went well. Yeah, so I will be doing an at everyone in the Discord probably sometime this week to explain all the changes that are coming up. Big thing is that my schedule is going to be changing going forward, because I'm now teaching different classes during the summer, so my schedule will need to change to reflect that. Had a nice little weekend. How was yours? Mine was really nice, thanks. I spent all of Saturday working in my garden, and all of Sunday. Yesterday we went to this flower garden that's near a creek, and went for a hike around there, which is really nice. Got like a whole shit ton of pictures of flowers, which is nice. What did you get up to though? And did some barbecuing, which is always fun. It's nice and warm here this weekend. So yeah, as I was saying, I will be doing some scheduling changes going forward, so check the Discord for that. There will be an at everyone going out later this week to explain that and explain some of the other changes that are coming as well. Yeah, so we're just waiting to see when Soldier will get home. And then Soldier's going to hop on here as well. And I'm excited to share with you what we're going to be doing. We will be playing Call of Duty together, but that's just going to be on in the background. It's going to be more about the conversation we're having today, which is kind of fun. And it's something that I'm really hoping people enjoy, because I want to start doing this more. I love that you're conscious of the everyone ping. I mod for a server that uses it frequently. Do you need to tell them to cool it? Yeah, because any server, I can just tell you this flat out. Any server that uses at everyone more than once, like every couple days, I would say like more than once a week, I just mute it instantly. Like I just mute it, and then if it's something that I really care about, I'll check it manually. I don't think you've ever used it, so don't worry about it. Yeah, I've used it, yeah, just once before. Oh, I know, I see people leaving. Exactly. Like, it's either people are going to leave or they're going to mute it, and neither helps, you know, having keep people around. I am going to keep doing the optional notifications. That's one thing I'm going to be doing when I send out this post, is asking, is there anyone else who would like to join in on the optional notifications? Because if you don't want them, there's no need to receive them. You know, you can just check it whenever you want. If that's the whole point of having it that way. Like, my Discord is all about just getting other people's stream information out there. So if you don't want to get that information constantly throughout the day, then you just kind of hop in and check in the other notifications thing and see when people are streaming. It's easy to do if you're looking for it. So yeah, I am conscious of it too. But yeah, this one will be for my schedule changing and for redoing the notifications group, among other things. And I would like to get some feedback as well on what people would like to see going forward, because yeah, as the schedule changes, I'm gonna probably get some people who aren't able to attend anymore, some people who now will be more often. So I got to kind of figure out what the next steps are. Excited for the announcements? Well, I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited too. The new adventure. Because yeah, especially one thing I can say straight up, this is going to be my last Monday day stream, because starting next week I will be working downtown on Mondays, so I won't be able to stream during the days on Mondays. Yeah, and so I'm still trying to figure out what the rest of the week is going to look like. But I miss. Welcome in, Dylan. Welcome in. How was your weekend? How was the rest of your weekend, I should say, after Pummel?
When Dial's in town, it's a party that astounds.
Thank you for blurping all over everyone, Dylan. I feel like I'm starting to like know that song. You know what I mean? Like it's like a song I listen to on the radio. It's just becoming common to me. Welcome in, welcome in. Dancing Dino, so iconic. Yeah, so Dylan, what I was just saying is I'm gonna be making a post in Discord soon about how my schedule is gonna be changing, and among other things, making sure that everyone who wants notifications is on the list, and people who don't want to be on the list I can remove. I want to hear the full version. Yeah, Dylan, would you like to share the whole version? I actually think I have a channel point reward now for that. I think I added that. Yeah, play my song. 2,000 channel points. You can redeem it. Send me a link. I'll play it. So yeah, we're just waiting for Soldier to arrive. Let me just check in Discord. Okay, wait. Did he message me? 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, just say hi. You are ready. Yeah, so that was 4 minutes ago, so he should be ready pretty soon. And we're gonna hop on. We're gonna do something different today. It is gonna be Call of Duty, but that's just gonna be on in the background. It's gonna be more about the conversation. Got a sheet of paper. I'm ready for it. Full version isn't that great. I mean, the short version's pretty good, so I kind of want to hear the full version. It's up to you though. Can do it later. But yeah, so what did you guys both get up to on Sunday? I hope your Sundays were awesome. Paper, how official, I know. That makes it official. It also makes it easier because I'm kind of lacking in screen space. Like I kind of want to set up a third monitor. It's just I don't have anywhere on my desk to do it. I would need to basically just like add on a second desk. Right now I'm in like a corner. I'm in like a cove. There's literally walls on all sides. I can like squeeze out the desk on one side. I don't have anywhere else to put another monitor other than like I could like hang it from the ceiling. I don't know. So I do have one vertical monitor. That's this one. This one's a big one. Hello there, Soldier. Nice to see you. Okay. Yeah, I have one vertical monitor for that reason. It's for reading. And that's why I have all my OBS stuff on this side, and then it's my main gaming monitor on this side. But that's all I can fit at the moment is one horizontal, one vertical. I guess I could move my computer off of the table here. So I'm gonna jump into Discord, Soldier. If you're there already, I'm gonna hop in, and whenever you're ready, you can join as well. I'm currently muted. There we go. Yo, hello. So yeah, whenever you're ready, Soldier. No rush, but I am in Discord, so whenever you're ready, you can hop in. And if you'd like to stream together while we're doing this too, you're more than welcome to. That's all set up. You had one for coding? Yeah, it's really good for, especially when I'm reading papers like for school. Like like it doesn't make sense to use a horizontal monitor for it. It's literally just showing half the page in more zoom than I need. So I believe I have, yeah, COD's open. All right. Yeah. So I think if I were to put a third monitor, it would literally go like on top of my computer, which I don't think is good for ventilation. So the only other option is to hang it from the ceiling, which is also possible, I guess. Never seen that before. I've seen people have like monitor stands where they have like a bar and then they have like mounts all around. All right, exit invite. There we go. But
Yep.
hey, how's it going?
Not too bad.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm in your party now. Whichever mode you want to start up, more than you can choose. Let me just make sure I'm not in the voice chatting game. There we go. It connected from, yeah, there we go. All right, so is it cool, Soldier, if I start to explain to everyone what I'm going to be doing today?
Oh yeah, you're good.
All right, so one of the things that I've been really interested in starting to do in the stream is to try and get people to share a little bit more about their personal lives so we can get to know each other a little bit better. And one of the things I'm trained in is being an interviewer for collecting qualitative information for sociology. And I thought maybe I could use that skill to be able to interview people. So it's not like a job interview, but an information interview to learn more about people's lives and share that information. Because I think everyone's got really interesting information about their lives that doesn't really get shared as much when we're playing games together. So when we were when Soldier a couple weeks ago, actually it was like a month ago, was talking about some of the details of his military experience when I was playing Flight Simulator, it got me thinking this would be a really good place to start, because there's a lot of interesting stories that I'm sure he has to share, and things that as people who are not in the military we probably have no idea about. So I've developed this interview script to go through and ask a couple questions for Soldier, and he's read it beforehand. To ask a couple questions so that everyone can get to know Soldier a little bit better. And this is something that I'm intending to do after today with other people as well. But thought this would be a really interesting place to start, especially because Soldier's been so supportive and awesome and a great mod. So
Mod is a stretch, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, no, definitely it counts. So just before we jump into the game, do you mind if I just go through the beginning here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so this is a script. I have to read it word for word. This is part of what I'm trained to do, so it may sound very robotic, but I have to do it this way for consent purposes. All right, so welcome in and thank you for agreeing to participate in this interview. Today I'm going to ask you a few questions about your personal life, your identity behind the screen, and your experience in the U.S. military. Many of the questions are planned, but I may ask some off of the cuff as subjects come up. Some of these questions may be difficult to answer, so if at any time you don't feel comfortable or you're unable to answer, just feel free to say next question. Also, I promise I will try my hardest not to say sorry to hear that. Can we begin the interview?
No. I'm just playing. Just want to throw you off a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, okay. And just before we get into it, so I will look at people's questions in the chat, but I'm mostly going to be talking to Soldier. So just keep that in mind. I may miss some of them. And also, yeah, Soldier did specifically ask me not to say sorry to hear that, so I'm going to do my best. All right. So, first question. Can you start by telling us a bit about your personal life, like your first name, age, where you live, what you do for work, and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so I'll give you my first name, Scott.
We're friends on Facebook, so I've seen.
That's true. That's true. Let's see. I live in Ohio.
Okay.
So it's a pretty boring state. I just turned 34.
Turned 34.
I'm starting to get up there.
We're actually like a month apart in terms of when we were born.
A month apart?
Yeah.
So wait. Was yours in March or May? Did I miss?
Mine's in May. No, I'm turning 34 in less than a month. Yeah.
I was like, shit, did we miss your birthday?
No, it's coming up soon.
And I work for the Department of Defense.
Department of Defense. Okay. And what would your position be called in that department?
It would be called so I'm basically like a human resources.
Okay. And what kind of responsibilities do you have for your job then?
Mostly I deal with retirements and deaths.
Retirements and deaths. Okay, that's very heavy.
But I'm going to be really prepared for retirement.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you got the practice. Nice. All right. And how did you land on the username soldier_woods?
Obviously in the military, and then Woods, Tiger, my favorite golf player.
Really? I didn't know that. It's after
Yep.
Tiger Woods, really?
Yep.
And when did you come up with that name?
Bro, I could not tell you. Years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Was it like when you got home from the military, or like when you were there?
I might have had it before then. Hold on one second. I got
Yeah, no worries. And for everyone watching,
All right, there we go.
feel free to throw out some other questions if you have them, and then if I see them, I will ask them for sure.
All right, there we go. All right, I'm good.
So it's
All right, what was the question?
So it's after Tiger Woods. Do you know if that was when you got back from the military, when you were there, or just kind of always been? Was it like high school?
I'm guessing it's probably probably after deployment, maybe
Okay.
2013.
Right. Okay.
My best guess.
And how did you get into gaming? You can set a point, by the way, and I'll just jump to you.
Okay, let me set a point. I got into gaming shit when I was real young. I remember I remember growing up when like an Atari. My parents had the Atari, and my uncle had
Yeah.
like the NES and Super Nintendo. But I think the first console I got, like for me, was N64.
N64,
And-
nice.
Yep, and I played GoldenEye and Cruising the USA.
I had
Legis-
both of those games too.
Yeah.
That's sweet. GoldenEye did not age well too. I don't know if you played it recently. I have it on Switch.
What didn't age well?
GoldenEye.
Oh, why is that?
Like I played it recently on Switch, and the controls it's made for someone with 3 hands. That's like the controller.
Oh, the controller. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and like trying to.
Dude, that controller was weird.
It was super weird, and like the N64 controller, like
Watch out.
you can't really. You can't really convert that controller into like the modern normal like PS2 Xbox controller layout.
That is true. The 64 had the weirdest fucking controller.
Yeah. Don't know what they were thinking. It was iconic. I still love it, but yeah.
Yeah, and then I used to play Wave Race a lot. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. Wave Race is awesome. Oh shit, they're gonna kill me. Wave Race was actually like the first game I ever played with my mom.
Yeah,
So,
my
like-
parents were big into Wave Race.
Yeah. Did you have any other games on N64? You had GoldenEye, Wave Race.
Oh man, I mean, I'm sure I had all of them like that came out. Super Mario was a big one.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's so hard to think. That's so long ago now.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the typical games that probably came out.
Right. Yeah. Do you remember what the first online game you ever played was?
Maybe SOCOM?
SOCOM. Oh yeah, I remember that game. That would have been like late 2000s kind of thing,
I don't know.
early 2010s
It was on the PlayStation.
on PlayStation. Okay.
Or PlayStation, maybe it was PlayStation 2 or 1. It was one of like the very beginnings of online play.
Right. Yeah.
So, remember my uncle had it and I used to play it. Where you can like talk into the mic and give commands.
Oh yeah, it had like actual like commands that the game would listen to, not just other players.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
think
like
that was an online game.
yeah, I feel like Hey You Pikachu was one of the first games that invented that, the ability to use microphone to control a character in a game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on N64.
But yeah, that was man, long time ago.
Yeah. So you mentioned before that you were in the military. Do you mind describing what made you want to join?
Yeah, so I joined like my second year in college. Originally joined just to pay for college. So that was my initial motivation.
Okay. And did you ever like go to military school or?
Yeah, I was in ROTC for a little bit.
What's that stand
So
for?
it's basically, I forget what it stands for, but it's for cadets basically. So we become officers in the military.
Okay, and that was like during college.
Yep. It was part of a program in college at Toledo.
Is Toledo in Ohio?
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
It's right next to Michigan.
I'm Canadian, so I don't know like the states, but I remember
It's right.
that.
It's right below Canada.
Yeah. And so what was that schooling like? Like what kind of did you take classes? Was it training? What was that like?
Yeah. So you took like military classes. Sorry. It was like 2-3 days a week, but then Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays you would wake up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, go on a run, company run or class run around
That's
campus.
kind of similar to like
It
what
was-
you see in the movies.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Okay.
a pain in the ass.
How long was that run?
I mean, being a college student, getting drunk every night and having to go for a run. I mean, luckily I was able to get away with it because I was young, but it was. I mean, definitely give you a little bit of insight of what the military would look like. Because then I enlisted right after that. I had to enlist to be a part of it.
So what's the difference between going to military school and like actually enlisting?
So like, you talking about like a place like West Point or something?
Yeah, like that's kind of what West Point I know the name of. That's kind of what I was picturing.
Okay.
In my head. Yeah.
So for them, don't quote me on this, but I think they kind of sign contracts like, so if once they complete their 4 years, they like performance based, so they'll, based on how they did in school, they'll give them like a unit or a MOS or a job, depending on how well they did.
Okay. And what's MOS stand for?
It's basically your job,
Okay.
the job you're gonna
Matching. Okay.
have. Yeah.
So what else were you guys doing during the day? So it's like you woke up in the morning.
I mean, it wasn't like it was university, so it was just like a program. So a few classes were military stuff. It's not like the whole school was military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was just like a program.
And at what point did you have to decide to transition from like being kind of like in a program to actually joining the military?
Yeah, so to stay in the program, I had to join the National Guard, or the military there. So basically, they said, hey, if you want to do this for a couple more years, you're gonna have to enlist. So recruiter set everything up, and I just went and enlisted. I didn't even know what I was gonna do or anything. So.
So would you say that it was less about like a patriotic drive to join and more about like the opportunity and the finances and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, just so everyone knows, so we are doing an interview today to get to know Soldier a little bit better. So that's why I'm not responding to a lot of the messages, but I will keep checking in a couple seconds.
Get shot over.
But hello there, Damien. Okay, so you've gone through all the classes. You've decided to enlist. What was the actual entry process and like enlisting process like?
Yeah, so we go to a place called MEPS. Can't exactly remember what it's called or what the acronym stands for.
Okay.
But basically what they do is like a big physical, background checks, everything to make sure you're good to enlist. So that's like a couple-day process. Sorry, buying stuff. So once you get the all clear and everything, background check comes back, you have to take like a physical test. You have to meet a certain limitation of physicality before you join. Not that bad.
Okay.
But yeah, and then went in, sworn in, and signed on the dotted lines. Got shipped out a month later.
And did you have to do any sort of like training at that point?
So I did a little bit, like maybe a month or two. We went to an actual unit, and as recruits, we did like a just minimal training, just like help with drill and ceremony stuff, really, like left, right, like that stuff.
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
Because I always pictured in my head that it would be like very extensive training, like you'd be.
No. So that before I shipped out. Yeah, when you get to basic, yeah.
Okay.
This was just before I even shipped out.
Okay.
The basic.
What's basic mean?
Basic training.
Oh, okay.
It's just the basics.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know.
And is that basic training something that you did after you'd already been shipped out then?
No. So basic. So when you sign on the dotted line saying you're going to enlist, you get a basic training date. So this is where you'll do all your training, and become a soldier, basically. So it's was it 2 or 3 months long training?
Okay.
So is that what you want to talk about? Is that period?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So this was basically the first insight of what the military was like. So mine was Fort Knox. I don't know if you guys know where that is.
I'm familiar, yeah.
It's in Kentucky. Shit, hold on.
Is Fort Knox the place where they keep the gold reserves, or is that a different place?
What'd you say?
Is Fort Knox the place where they keep the gold reserve, or is that a different place?
Yeah. That's
okay.
That's the place. Sorry, this is getting intense real quick.
No, yeah.
So I showed up on a bus. Well, I flew out there. That was my first time ever being on a plane.
First time ever being on a plane, really? Was shipped
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yep, and it was like a 45-minute flight. But when I got there, I met a liaison, basically. All right. And there was a bunch of us that got put on a bus. Everybody was flying in. They put us on a bus and shipped us off to Fort Knox.
Okay.
Fifth place.
This place, not bad. Well done.
All
Okay,
right.
So you're at Fort Knox now. You've just gone on your first plane ride and come in on the bus, met with the liaison. So what's the next step after that?
So basically, you in process that basic training is get all your gear and clothing and fatigues, all that stuff.
Okay.
And basically, you're sitting you and a bunch of guys are just sitting in this room, with bunk beds, waiting for your drill sergeants to come get you. You don't know how long it's going to be.
Like
I think
days or
a
hours?
couple days. Yeah, days.
Oh shit.
Weeks.
Okay.
And they have like when you're sitting there for days, there's like off-brand drill sergeants, if that makes sense. So what they do is they're real nice to you and they sweeten you up so you think that this is the process. Like, oh, this isn't bad. Like these dudes aren't bad. And that was not the case because what they call it is a shark attack. So our drill sergeants who we were going to be training with came and basically got us, marched us over to where we're going to be living at, and just gave it to us. Just yelling at us to do this and that, and it was pretty intense.
So like, what kind of things were they asking you to do and like yelling at you for?
Like move quicker, fix this, stay in here. Why are you looking at me? Like just everything. They just want to cause chaos.
Okay.
I mean, they would give you instructions that don't even make sense. It's just how it was. But I do remember. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just remember that night though. I was laying in my bunk and I was just like, "What the fuck did I do?" Like after that day.
Do you know what the purpose of that is? Is it like a mind games thing, or is it what's the purpose of that?
What's the purpose? So
like,
is
to just throw out some random commands and yell at you.
It's to get you flustered, right? Military is all about being in awkward situations or like intense situations that are chaos around you, and your mind has to focus on an objective, right?
Right. Okay.
So if you got bombs going off, gunfire, you still have to make this objective. So that's kind of what they're trying to train you at that initial moment. Is even though there's chaos around, listen to the instructions that's being told to you. You know, you're gonna have 3 drill sergeants in your ear yelling at you to do something. How do you prioritize that and do it? So that's kind of what I saw. You know, looking back, that's probably why they did it.
Okay.
You know, just to get you get you ready for the chaos.
Right. Do they ever give you conflictual commands? Like one person says you go here and the other person
Oh yeah,
says
all
there?
the time. Oh yeah.
And then how did you deal with that in this situation?
You do what they said. You do exactly what they tell you to do.
But like if say one person says, okay, I need you to be at the left camp in 5 minutes, and another person says I need you to be at the right camp in 5 minutes, and they're both like kind of like at the same time, how do you prioritize which one to go with? Is it like a chain of command?
I mean, yeah, they never really did something like that. They would tell you like, go here, right? And then another drill sergeant would come over here and be like, hey, I told you to go over there, so you go over there, and then that just to fuck with you.
Okay.
But yeah, if it was in a real life situation and you would, if you got 2 different commands, and you push that up to the chain of command and figure out which one you want.
Okay.
You wouldn't make that decision on which one to go to.
Right.
Put it that way.
Did they ever like weed people out that way? Like if people just could not handle it? Like I feel like I would.
I mean, there was a bunch of people. I mean, there was a few that were weeded out. But you're also in this, you know, people join for like, they signed up, right? Yeah, they might have, got scared at first, but you're really not given an option to leave. It's not like you could just say, I don't want to do this anymore. At least not, we never took it like that.
Okay.
They did, a few people try to get out of it by saying they wanted to kill themselves and this and that. So what the drill sergeants would do was put them on suicide watch, take all their shoelaces, take everything from them, and make them sit in a room.
Take their shoe. Oh yeah, okay, got it. I figured out.
Yeah, like they would take, because people think that's the way to get out, right? Oh, if I just say I kill myself. So yeah, that was not the way to go.
Okay.
But yeah, there's people that broke, and then some people that broke, and then became better. It's all different for everybody when you go in there.
Right.
Of how you take it. Usually the drill sergeants have a good idea of how much you can handle, and they're still going to try to break you. That's their whole point. That's their whole objective, is breaking you.
Right. And then I guess the point is that like if they don't break you, then that means you're prepared.
Yeah. So there's a motto. I have to break you down to build you up.
Okay. That's crazy. Did anyone cry or anything like that? Because I feel like I would have cried.
Oh yeah, I heard people crying in bunks.
Okay. I'm very emotional. I think I would have started crying like on the plane. Been like, what am I doing? Did you have any friends that you went there with? Like
no.
So you just went
Just
there
me.
alone? Yeah.
Yep.
And how long was it before you started to like make friends? Like were you like kind of like
Oh, it's fucking instant, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of developed that like quick bond.
Yeah, it's pretty instant.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people you click better with than others, but usually like we all had battle buddies. You can't go anywhere without your battle buddy. It's basically a buddy. So you if you had to go to a latrine or go somewhere, you had to grab a battle buddy.
Wait, you had to go to the bathroom
alone
together too?
Yep. Oh, you want me to tell you some bathroom stories?
Yeah, because I have a big bathroom problem, so yes.
Okay, so it was an open bay, right?
Me, by the way.
It was an open bay. So people fear, some people fear taking showers, next to people, in an open shower head, right?
Okay.
So some wouldn't take showers after doing all that training, so they would fucking stink. And the drill sergeant caught wind of this and found out dude wasn't showering. So what we did was shower drills. That's what we called it. We all lined up into the in this little shower head, like this one down here in Bio, and you'd have someone right in front of you, and you would have a bar of soap and a cloth, and you would wash their back, and then they would turn around, and the other person, and then wash your belly and front side and all that, all butt naked.
So you're just a bunch of guys in a shower rubbing
Washing each other because one person didn't want to take a shower.
I can see why that would incentivize people to be like, you better shower. Like,
Yep.
I'm not doing this again. That's hilarious. They're called shower drills?
Yeah, we call them shower drills.
That's crazy. And do you have any other stories about what it was like to go through training?
Yeah, I used to get in trouble a lot for not drinking water. Water was a big thing. So I got in trouble one morning where we do PT every morning. That's what we call it PT.
What's PT?
Wake up at like 4. Physical training, I'm guessing.
Okay.
But it's just stretches, running, just doing exercises in the morning before the day starts. And you're supposed to come out with a full thing of water, and you're supposed to drink the water when they tell you. And I sometimes never came out with a full thing of water, and I sometimes wouldn't drink it all, and my drill sergeant caught me. And I think this is probably the hardest thing I ever did in basic. Gave me like 2 5-gallon jugs of water, and I had to carry it and walk it through like 3 or 4 miles.
What the fuck?
And I don't know. Like my arms were fucking dead. And ever since then, I always drink my water.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Like I know you drink a lot of water. You said that before. That's sweet. Like that. I guess the conditioning worked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was in really good, really, really good shape because they train people very well that have no idea what to do or anything like that. Like your character's gonna show after basic training.
Right.
but yeah, that was. I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff, but I would say that's the gist of it.
I mean, anything else you want to share, or is that like the main part that you were talking about?
I mean, there's so many things. Like, what kind of stuff would you want to know about basic?
That's a good question. What was your day structure like? So you said you had PT in the morning.
Okay, so PT in the morning. Get PT in the morning for about an hour or 2. Come back, you got like a few minutes to wash up. Get dressed into your uniforms. Go to chow. And you literally have like 2-3 minutes to eat, if that. And then, say we're on the range that day, we would either march or take a bus, depending on how far the range was, and go to our training. We would stay out there, until basically the evening. Come back and have evening chow. And then, the drill sergeants would do a few things here and there in the barracks, and then head to bed. And then you had fire, we all rotated and had fire guard at night.
What's fire guard?
Fire watch, so you would always have 2 people up patrolling the barracks.
Okay, and you kind of rotate in and out on that. So like,
Yep.
if you were doing fire watch one night, does that mean you're like not sleeping that day?
I mean, I think we did it in like an hour or 2 increments.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, you pretty much had fire drill every night. Every night, you always wanted the first shift or the last shift.
Right. Otherwise, you got to like wake up and then try and go back to sleep again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then to graduate, we did this. It's like a 2 weeks FTX in the field and stuff. And the last thing you do is you march like 10 or 15 miles, maybe longer than that, honestly.
Holy shit.
And it's not flat, right? This is Kentucky. Fort Knox is known for its hills. Agony, pain, and misery. Those are the 3 that, they're pains in the asses. But by the end of it, and this is full gear too, full kit, weapon, and everything, marching for like 15-20 miles.
Oh my
up
god.
these hills and everything. And I mean, when we got back, you could just feel the weight loss and the drench of sweat and the cool air when you took your vest off. And I would say that's the most satisfying feeling.
Yeah, you can like remember the feeling of
It
like the
was.
air
Yeah.
touching
Oh
your
yeah.
body. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because you just you did it right. You just completed basic. You just did this task that was impossible. Um. And yeah, it was a good feeling.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right. So now you're done training. Can you tell us the story of your first deployment?
Yes, so I would say maybe less than a year later, I got a call saying, "Hey, we're going on deployment." I was like, "All right, cool."
Oh, there's that much of a time gap. I thought it would have been
Yeah.
like right into it.
No. You got a few months.
Okay.
Uh,
What do you do in those few months before you deploy?
so I was not. So I was going to school. I was National Guard, so I was going to school still.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I got the call, and you do some training leading up. And I think it was like a 13th month deployment. So the first month we flew to Texas. And trained there for like a month. That was our training, it specialized in Afghanistan, that base in particular, and that. So we trained there for like a month and a half.
Okay.
And then we got a date and flew over to Afghanistan.
And was that initial training before deployment similar to the basic training?
No.
What was
This
that
is
like?
more specialized. Into what we're going to be doing. So what we ended up doing was we pulled security for. We call them truck drivers basically, but over there they call them jingle trucks. So I was a gunner.
Okay.
So we would do convoys and we would pull security for these local truck drivers that were, delivering supplies to bases around the area. And so that's what I focused on for about a month and a half was, gunners training and convoy training and all that.
Okay, so you're basically like, if I can repeat it just to see if I understand, you were escorting vehicles like supply trucks from one place to another. And
Yeah,
then
basically.
you were the gunner for that security team.
Yeah, because Taliban would target these trucks, so we would be the security for them.
Right. Okay.
Some of them had $1 million worth of equipment on it. So.
Okay. And so then after you finished that training, what was the actual like deployment process?
Okay, so basically when we get over there's another unit that's already there, right? So we basically shadow them for a couple weeks. We're taking over their mission, right? So they walk us through what's been going on, where's the hot spots. Just getting us in the groove for when we finally take over. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's what we did for the first month or so when we first got there. Was just getting prepared to take over the mission.
Okay, so they're basically like showing you the ropes, kind of thing.
Yep, showing us the ropes.
Was that
so? Then like, it would be half our people, half their people on missions, so that way they can cross train. Because they got the local knowledge, so we got to try to eat up as much knowledge as we can before they leave.
Right. But so this is probably like, because you mentioned before that your first flight ever was to basic training. That probably means that like your flight over to Afghanistan was probably one of your first flights, right?
It was my second flight.
That's crazy. Okay. So you go on a 45-minute flight within the U.S. and then you're off to Afghanistan. That like, how long was that flight?
Fuck, bro. It felt like days.
Yeah.
Maybe 18 hours, if more, not more. But I mean, that's just a flight. We had to stop in Germany, fuel up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a long time.
And what were you feeling during that flight?
Ready to get there. I mean, you're training for months. You just are ready to get there.
Okay, so is it kind of like excitement? Is there like fear?
Oh yeah. No, you're ready.
You're ready? Okay.
Yeah. And let's see, I can tell you my first mission I went on.
Yeah, yeah.
So the first mission I ever went on, it was supposed to be like a 10 to 8 hour mission.
Okay.
To get to this fob that we got to go to stay the night. And I'm the gunner, and we're on this convoy, and we stop, and EOD found basically a weapons cache in this village, bombs and weapons. So we had to wait for EOD to clear it out. They cleared out all the villagers, and they just basically did a controlled det. But that mission took 24 hours. So I was standing for 24 hours for my first mission. But it was pretty awesome because we got to see some shit blow up. So.
What was that like? Like, could you feel the blast and everything like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Sit there and piss in bottles and.
I guess if you're used to it, that's probably.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, you're just roughing it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was my first experience out, was a controlled det and blowing up a village.
And did you when was the first time that you saw like combat, I would say?
So it was a few months later. We had basically a suicide bomber hit our convoy, and it was a few trucks ahead of us, and basically they blew them up. They ended up dying. So that was our first initial one. It was never small arms fire at that point. It was just a suicide bomber.
Okay. And what was that? What was like the feelings that were going through your head when you were going through that?
Helplessness, because you're seeing your buddies burn and you can't do shit.
Right.
But you gotta keep an eye out, because usually after an IED goes off or a V bed, you're gonna be encountered with more force. Luckily that day we weren't.
So it's kind of like you're feeling like helpless, but also like ready for something else to come.
Oh yeah, you have a job to do. You understand? Everyone knows tomorrow might not come. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it takes a minute for the shock to set in on what happened to your buddies.
Right. I guess in the moment you're kind of focused on the task, but like, yeah. So then what was that like afterwards, when you kind of like that night, or that, when you kind of finished that mission?
We if it's our time to go, it's our time to go. That's kind of mentality we had to create. Yeah. So we never were afraid to die.
Okay.
We were more afraid of our buddies getting hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't scared to die once.
Okay.
And I think it's this training, and the person to your left and right. You just don't want to make a mistake. That's your fear. It's making a mistake and costing somebody's life.
Right.
Never really concerned about your own. Okay.
Do you still remember the people that you lost on that first mission?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever did you contact their families or like?
No. No, it wasn't like that close with them.
Okay.
But I think about them, Veterans Day and all that stuff.
Right. Keep their memory alive and stuff like that. What are some other interesting encounters you had while you were on the job? Like interesting missions, things that you think people would be really interested in?
I would say the one time that I was scared, I don't want to say I was like scared, but definitely on very high alert.
Yeah.
We were on a special forces mission, carrying supplies to their base. And it was a very hilly terrain, so usually in some cases we have like a wrecker with us, like a maintenance vehicle. So if any trucks go down, that they can pick it up and we can keep going on, right?
Okay.
But with this kind of terrain, there's no way to have that kind of vehicle with us. And And then basically what happened was we were driving along in this convoy, and we had a vehicle rollover. I don't know if you know what that means, but basically the vehicle rolls over and over and over.
Like from the terrain, or like because it gets
Yeah,
blasted?
from the train. So you fall off a cliff or something like that.
Okay.
Or you roll the vehicle over. It's called a rollover.
Okay.
But basically the vehicle was basically inoperable. We had injured personnel in there, and it was like life threatening. So we had to call in a medevac. Basically, a medevac is you call in the chopper. You call in this chopper to come and get the casualties or injured personnel. So they came in and flew out the injured personnel, but we didn't have a way to take that vehicle with us that was rolled over, so we had to pull security on it because I mean it's worth millions and millions and millions of dollars with stuff that we can't just leave behind. So basically, we pulled security in the circle, and it was what was worrisome was there's just mountains around us. Like we were in a kill zone basically. We had no advantage at all. So that was eerie. We were stuck there for a couple of days waiting for recovery. I would say that was the one time where, you're just sitting there sleeping in your vest and armor. You can't take it off.
Yeah, so I guess you guys,
for days,
because you're used to like the Firewatch thing. Is that how it worked then? Like you would just take like sleep in rotation? Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you guys end up getting out of that situation?
They ended up getting another convoy to come save us. Oh, disable. So they had to create another mission to come get us.
Okay. How often do those like kind of like on the fly missions pop up? Like, because I'm guessing you guys probably have like a schedule of what you're intending to do each day.
Yeah, so we usually have a schedule. We usually had our scheduled missions. It was very rare if they popped up or anything like that. Yeah, it was very, very rare.
Okay. Did you ever go on like a rescue mission, like where people were pinned down and you had to go and?
No, I've always been the receiving end. There was one time where we had this certain kind of equipment, and we got held at a fob or a base while the convoy kept moving on. And then when they came back, they were going to come pick us up. Well, they got stuck at the base they were at for a few days, for like a week. And then the fob that we were at ended up getting like attacked basically. So like incoming missiles and shit like that, and they blew up the chow hall.
They blew up the what? Sorry.
They blew up the chow hall, like our diner.
Oh,
dinner
chow
facility.
hall. Okay, I heard child hall, and I was like, oh shit. Okay.
So basically, we got stuck on that base where we had to wear our gear 24/7. And it was like that was the first time I ever read as an adult read a book from first page to the end. Like, I mean, I was so bored because there was not much we could do.
I guess because were you under danger at that point? Like, I don't think.
Yeah, there was one night where the alarms went off and we had to go out and pull security.
Okay.
But usually on those fobs, like we have Overwatch. Sometimes they're a really fucking bad shot. Like they're a really bad shot. So one missile out of like 100 might hit us.
Okay, but you can still hear the other ones going overhead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can hear them. Like, they're a really bad shot.
What goes into? By the way, hello Jeff. We're just doing an interview at the moment. What goes into like those shots that like shooting a missile? Because those are expensive pieces of equipment. If they're making bad shots, that's a lot of like money.
Okay, not missile. Okay, mortars. So it's a mortar attack. So yeah. So usually what they would do is they would put this mortar and they would freeze it in an ice block, right? And then they would set the tube They have it so that way when it would melt down, when it melts, it would fall in and boom. But the reason why they did it in ice was so they're not in that area no more.
Oh, okay. So they like leave it. They're not actually manually aiming it then.
Correct. So
Okay.
most of the time they would put these, find a way to do it to where because they're going to get blown up in about 10 seconds. They're
Right.
still sitting there.
Okay.
Yeah, so they would do tactics like that.
Okay. And what purpose does it serve to shoot 100 mortars and only hit one, like tactically?
I mean, to see how we do things, right?
Okay.
There's always like a saying in the military, like you might not see them, but they can see you. So, maybe pop off a few shots or do this and that just to see how we react, see what our SOP is, our standard operating procedure.
Standard operating.
So just to see how we react to things, right? Just studying your enemy.
Okay. So they're letting shots off just to see how you react, and then they can adjust accordingly. Okay.
Most of the time, just to bug us. Just to bug us.
Did you ever see anyone in those kind of like high tense situations? Did you ever see anyone kind of go through like shell shock or break in that moment?
No, everyone was pretty on point with us.
Okay.
We, like I said, we retrained over and over and over again, repetitions. So it was kind of like you didn't even have to think; you just did it. And most of the time, we had already weeded those individuals out, and would never let them off base anyway.
If they kind of broke down,
like who's gonna, you kind of have an idea of who your weaker people are, right?
Right. Okay. I would have been identified very quickly.
We just never, we wouldn't put them on missions.
How
so they would stay on the base and get like mail and shit like that.
Okay, yeah, that was my next question. Is like, how do they determine which position that you're gonna be in? Like, you were a gunner. Like, how did they determine that? Is it like what went into that process?
Your staff sergeants and platoon sergeants. I mean, they know what kind of soldiers they got, so they try to, the whole point is utilizing everybody at the best possible way.
Okay. So it's kind of like they watch your behavior, like they're doing their own kind of watching of your behavior rather than
yeah,
and seeing what you're skilled at, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So did they ever tell you how they determined that you were going to be a gunner?
No.
Okay.
You just get told.
But you must have like an idea in your head, like you were very skilled at it, right? Like,
I mean, yeah, they want competent people, right?
Yeah.
Like, but also on night missions, I was a crow gunner.
What's that mean?
So basically, I had a turret on top of my gun truck, and I was inside the gun truck, basically on a computer screen with a joystick, and I can zoom in, switch to thermal, night vision. That was pretty dope. It's basically like playing a Call of Duty game.
Okay.
In campaign mode, one of them weird.
Yeah.
Missions. That was pretty dope doing that at night.
So did you what kind of like what would you do with that control scheme and like?
So what was great about it was that I can zoom in from like 500 meters and just, I could see enemy. Not necessarily enemies because it's Afghanistan. Everybody has fucking weapons. But I could zoom in on them like in thermal vision or something like that, and I could clearly see. Hey, we got 3 of them over here. AKs. Keep an eye out. So it was great because I could see at nighttime.
Right. Okay.
I got a huge advantage on them.
How do you determine, like, is it easy enough by people's like clothing to tell who's who?
No. Fuck no.
No. So like, say someone like, I mean, I assume you guys have like ideas of where people are supposed to be at given times, but like.
Oh yeah, we got mission briefs.
Yeah.
When our hot zones were, when we were going in them.
But say someone was like out of position, then they could have been confused with an enemy, depending on.
What do you mean out of position?
Like, so say you're observing people on the night vision, right? And you see there's like 3 people carrying guns in an area, and you think that they're enemies, but they're actually just people who are out of position, like they're not in the where they're supposed to be. Does that ever happen, or is it like no, like that people don't?
Like
just...
you mean our people?
Yeah.
No. That would never be the case. Plus, we
Okay.
had RI tags on us, so it would
What's
give
that?
off an infrared. RI tag basically gives off an infrared signal, so that way, if I am zoomed in on somebody, I'll see a pulsating pulse, like a flashing pulse.
Oh, that's what I was asking. Okay, yeah.
Flashing light. Yeah. So that way, yeah.
And
And we had them on our helmets and stuff. So yeah, there's no way to misinterpret
could enemies have spoofed that or stolen them to trick?
that. I mean, no, you're pretty aware where your people are at.
I guess so, yeah. So so your first deployment was, you said 13 months, is that right?
Yeah, 13 months.
And what do you have any other like stories from that first deployment?
See if we got any good ones. There's another base we were on. They blew up. We had like a fake Pizza Hut. That was disappointing for everybody. It was like the big base they had. They blew up the Pizza Hut. I would say those are the big stories.
Okay. And
Yeah, like I said, most of the time it was not much happening. It was, random. That's why you always had to be prepared.
right, okay.
Never know.
So after your first deployment, what happens at the end of it?
So basically a flip flop, right? So like how we took over somebody and they trained us, we trained them.
Okay.
Once we felt like they were trained up, then we headed handed over change of command and waited for our flight back home.
Did you have another deployment after that?
Nope, that was the only one.
That was the one? Okay.
Yeah.
And when we were doing the flight simulator, you mentioned that like when you were flying into that airport in Afghanistan, you had to fly directly down at the ground.
Oh yeah, combat drop.
Yeah, combat drop. So was that when you first arrived?
Yeah, first arrive.
And what was that like? Because this is your second plane ride, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Because we didn't take like a military, so we took a commercial flight to Germany, and then from Germany we took the military flight. So it was technically like the third plane.
Okay.
Right, but
still, that's.
I mean,
third.
You're kind of numb, because you're just ready to land and you don't know what to expect. So you're not even focused on any of that shit. You're just ready to see them doors open and be in country.
Right. Okay.
But I'll tell you, when I first got off, it was hot, it was stinky, and it was you could tell the difference in odor or smell. I think that was the first time I ever smelled a difference in the environment or a country or an area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was very distinct.
So scent is usually one of the senses that people associate with like very strong memories. Do you like, if you were to smell that smell again, do you think it would bring you back?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know that smell.
How would you describe the smell?
Hot, burning rubber with dirt and ass. Like, yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Okay, so could you share any interesting facts that people who haven't been in the military may not know or understand?
Time for vengeance. You're redeploying.
Like
I have a feeling, I think most people think like everyone has the same job in the military. I don't think a lot of people know that, certain people have different jobs.
like what are like? How, could you describe some of those jobs? Like you mentioned, like being
Oh yeah,
male
like
gunner,
so like infantry. Those are your ground support. Infantry soldiers. They're front line.
yeah.
You got like chemical, or you got engineers. You got chem people. military, police, like all different kinds of shit. So you can sign up for whatever interests you like.
So there's like scientists and stuff like that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Gas is inbound.
True. Okay. What are some other interesting facts that people might not know? Or like, have you ever like had a conversation with someone and been like, you don't know what you're talking about, kind of thing? You know what I mean? Like they're like,
I'm not usually that type of person.
no.
I let them talk out their ass, or I let them know.
Fire sales over. Adjusting price.
Yeah, because one of the things I think this is like the my own naivety is like I always thought that people joined the military for the most part for like patriotic reasons.
I mean, everybody has their different reasons.
Yeah.
And those reasons change. For year 1 to year 5 to the end, they all change. Why?
Earn this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has their own reasons.
Be advised, resurgence is no longer active. This is for keeps.
How would you describe like the friends that you made there? Like, are they like a different breed from the friends that you've made in other parts of your life?
Enemies are dropping.
Oh yeah, we're more ruthless. Like I can say and do whatever I want around them. They're not. We're not gonna take it. So we used to have this saying. Hopefully nobody takes it personal. And it really caught on when we were drinking. But it was in like, if somebody was wimping out or acting scared about something, we'd like, don't be a bitch. And like all of us would chant it. So essentially you would give in and just do it.
Yeah.
Squad made it to the
Oddly enough, I missed that the most.
You
It
missed
was
that the
like-
most, really?
Yeah, because it's something you don't want to do, right? And then you get called out on it from your buddies, like, now I gotta do it. Fuck, because you're gonna get them back one day on something, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
What kind of stuff would people be afraid to do?
I can't say that.
Can't say that? Okay.
But drinking, we like I said, we did a lot with drinking.
Okay. What
Yeah, I
would?
can't say the other stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. What kind of? Because you mentioned drinking. Like, were you actually drinking when you were on base and stuff like that?
No. I'm talking about like when we got home and
When
shit.
you got home, okay.
Yeah.
What's like? So is pretty much when you're deployed, is all of your time spoken for essentially? Because you have to be ready for anything at any time.
So you're supposed to get like a few days off the whole year, or like what was it, like 4 or 5 days out of the 13 months it was mandatory for you to take off. But shit, most of us only took like a day off and was ready to get back to it.
What do people do on their days off?
Shit, sit around and do laundry or something. Nothing.
Okay.
That's why it was fucking boring. All you can do there is go on mission, work out, and eat. It.
Okay, yeah, because you mentioned that you read a book on that one day. I think that's.
Oh yeah, that when I was at the other fob, yeah.
Okay.
That was on mission though, so that's not a normal day where
Right.
I just get to sit around and do nothing.
Yeah, because the downtime, I guess there really is none. That was something another thing that I didn't really know a lot about was like what you do at night when you're not doing Firewatch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all spoken for. Okay. Did you get really good at just like going to sleep on command? Oh, we came second now.
Going to sleep on command?
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, I
did
can
you-
sleep anywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, second place.
Yeah, not bad.
I didn't know that was the last team.
Yeah. I think they got me too right at the end. Okay, so what would you mentioned before that you have a daughter. What would your reaction be if your daughter wanted to join the military when she's old enough?
Tell her to join the Air Force if she wants to. Really want to do it, join the Air Force.
What about the Air Force would make you want
They
to?
get more funding.
Okay, money.
Yeah.
would
I mean,
would
yeah.
would you
I wouldn't
be
be the type to be like, nah, I wouldn't care. It's her
no?
life.
Yeah, okay. So you wouldn't be like afraid or anything like that. It's just you're kind of confident in the training that she would receive.
I mean, I would explain to her what she's being prepared to do, and if you're okay with that still, then all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I would feel some type of way because it's just I don't know how that feeling would be yet, but I would never discourage her from doing something she wants to do.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. What about like so after you got back, you said you went out drinking and and that stuff with your buddies. Like, did anyone have any sort of like really bad PTSD symptoms
Oh yeah,
afterwards?
we all did.
Yeah. Can you
We just
describe?
kept it under wraps.
Yeah, I mean, would you like to share any of it, or we prefer not to?
I mean, yeah, it messed me up for a while. Luckily now I'm getting compensated for it.
Yeah.
It relieves a little bit, but yeah, I mean, most of us were pretty messed up.
Do you mind? Can you describe what messed up means? Like what that kind of entails?
I would say for the majority, to sum it up, would be like the joy of life. Like before deployment, I know like you can see color, see the environment around you, and things would bring you joy. And afterwards, you kind of become numb to a lot of stuff.
So you become numb to like joy, in a sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because you're in these high adrenaline situations, and it's like like once you like experience that, how does something become like? How do you meet that level? Right? I don't know if that makes sense. Like, how do you become excited for something when you experience something that brought you like this overwhelming adrenaline?
Okay, so you would describe
That's
most
the
of
best way
the
to.
would you describe most of your experience while being on deployment as like enjoyable in that sense, and then nothing else kind of
I
lives
wouldn't
up to it?
say enjoy. Like when I say adrenaline rush or like level of excitement at that peak moment, right? Um, your body gets filled with this like rush, right? Like
Mhm.
say I told you to go jump off this bridge into a water, you would get this rush of this feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and are you going to be? And say you make that jump, are you going to be excited now jumping off of a diving pool, or you know what I mean? No,
Right.
you're
Okay.
not. Yeah. So that's the best way I could put it.
Okay. Yeah. So it kind of like numbs you to a lot of the other stuff that you do in your
Yeah.
day-to-day life. Okay. And what about some other like PTSD symptoms that people experience after they come back?
Oh man, I mean it varies for everybody.
Hostile Guardian has been deployed.
Do you have any like notable ones that you can think of? Not about someone
Uh,
specific, but just like, yeah, this is like, I wasn't expecting someone to act this way when they got home.
no,
No? Okay.
I mean we kind of all understood, or somebody was going wrong path. You just check on them, see if they're good. I don't know. I don't know the best way to put it.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the
It's
sky.
like everybody had their own shit. They
Right.
come back a little broken. Yeah. Like I said, for my situation, is no matter how, especially once my daughter came, it was a little bit easier because
Deployed.
I gotta wake up and just go on. So
Right.
a lot of people like cry about their problems, and that's fine. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And but some of the unnecessary stress people put on each other, on themselves, because you have a problem, right? You can either bitch and complain about it, or you can fucking fix it.
Hmm.
And that's like goes with everything, right? Like you got to move forward. There's a problem. It's not just going to go away. You could take time to think about it and self loathe or whatever you need to do, but the problem's still going to be there. So I say like the best advice I ever got from the military was just like, you gotta figure out how to move on and figure out a solution. Because nobody's gonna figure out your problems for you but you.
Right.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I think that's good advice all around. Do you ever like hear people talking in their day-to-day lives about their problems and think to yourself like that's not a problem? Like,
Oh yeah, all the time.
yeah.
I mean, I even tell myself my problem's not a problem,
Yeah.
right? I like when I became a sergeant, I would train my soldiers and tell like they would bitch and complain about shit or get down on themselves about this and that or whatever the case may be. I'll pull them aside and be like,
You're incoming.
take a deep breath, right? And I say, you feel that air in your lungs? Some people would they would hope to have that problem that you have right now,
Right.
but they can't because they're dead.
Yeah.
Whatever problem you think you have, which is the worst thing in the world, it's not, because you still have a fucking full set of air in your lungs, which
True,
means
yeah.
you can change the outcome tomorrow.
And what was that like when you became a sergeant? Like, what was that like training people?
Oh, that was my favorite part. 'Cause
Really?
it was me, yeah. Because it was me being able to. I have this knowledge now, and now I can interpret it and put it on people the way that I think will work best, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I found more enjoyable about it. Was I never really yelled at my soldiers. I never. I was a pretty calm, chill dude,
Okay.
and it took a lot for them to piss me off.
What would be something that like, did you ever lose your cool?
Yeah, sometimes.
What was that situation?
Either just not listening or showing up late to something like over and over again. But whenever they made like a big mistake
Good work.
or something like that, where you could see worry on their face about them getting in trouble or this and that,
Occupation.
I would always usually take them aside and explain to them, like, look, like, yeah, this could have went really bad. Like, you could have killed them, right? Or your mistake definitely could have caused some issues. Just try to make them realize the situation a little bit better.
Okay.
You know, I could yell and this and that, but I feel like most of them already feel bad about, you know, fucking up. So it's just the soldier on soldier. That was the best. I guess that's the best way to put it. Was that I never treated everybody like everybody. I treated you like you. So I knew how to get to you. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So you're like kind of like analyzing their individual behaviors, traits.
Yeah.
Okay. And then like.
And I felt
funny
that was
story.
fun. That was fun because you're putting a puzzle together basically. How can I get to this person?
Right. And so when we were first talking, you were talking about how during the training it was like it almost like they were trying to like break you, or what was it? What was the word you used? Break you to build you?
Break you down. Yeah, break you down and build you up.
Yeah. So how did you contribute to that when you were training people? Like, how did you try to break people to build them up?
I never really had to, right? Because they're already built up at that point. So I never really had to break them down. I would do little shit here and there to fuck with them.
Like what?
It's hard to put a certain situation on it. Well, that's like make them do a situation that is stupid and then relate it to something.
Okay.
I can't think of any specific ones right
Yeah.
now. Shit.
And so now that you work, now that you're back, now that you work here, what kind of like, how do I phrase this? What kind of
Wait, what'd you say? I heard gunshot.
Oh, okay. What kind of involvement do you still have in the military? So you mentioned that you like with your job and stuff. Like what do you do kind of day to day with the military now?
Nothing, really.
Yeah.
I'm on the civilian side of the government now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So nothing really.
Do you ever
Like I'm the type that you know, where they're like, if you're a veteran, stand and do this. Most people don't even know I'm a vet. I never wear it on my shoulder or anything like that.
True. Okay. That's my bad. So you don't go out for like Veterans Day parades or wear
Nah,
army T-shirts or things like. No, okay.
I don't really usually like to get. Um,
Is that a conscious
like,
decision? Like, is that something you're trying to
yeah,
avoid? Okay, how
yeah.
come?
First, I don't like appreciation. if that,
Okay.
like, if that makes sense. Like, they can say thank you for your service, and it's like, okay, I get it, but I don't. Just did it. I didn't do it for a thing. Um, and a little bit is once you're over there, you kind of see how corrupt some shit is.
Like what kind of corruption did you witness?
Dude, war's about money, man.
Yeah.
All about the money.
And yeah, because I mean, when you describe all the missions that you went on, it was like protecting,
Hmm.
like assets, like
Yep,
monetary
it's
assets.
all
Yeah,
it's all about the money.
yeah,
But you can't think that when you're over there.
right. Yeah,
Have a different mentality. But I'm not in the military no more, so I can think how.
yeah. What kind of like did you ever have any sort of interactions with locals when you were in Afghanistan?
Oh yeah, they're some of the best people I've ever known.
Yeah, yeah. What were they like?
Funny as fuck too.
Yeah, did they
I
speak
mean,
English?
I can't. No, I can't. They never really spoke English. We did have a translator with us, but most of the time it was just like hand gestures or like you know what I mean. But when they were messing with their buddies or something, but they were hilarious. They were funny.
Gear up fast. We're about to get evil.
But the sad thing is, you never knew which one was trying to kill you.
True. Okay. So just kind of like transitioning out of the military questions, when you play video games that involve war, like Call of Duty, I guess, but like, like other ones like that, does anything ever feel like very realistic to you, or does anything feel like, okay, this is not getting it at all?
I'm not getting shot at. I get as many revives as I want. Nope. There's nothing that correlates to it.
Yeah, okay.
At least for me.
Do you know of any friends who like play games and then they kind of go through like an episode of PTSD where they start to kind of no? Okay. Oh, that's good to know. So, beyond the military and outside of work and everything, what are some other interesting things about you or things that you're interested in that people in the chat may not know?
Let's see. I'm a big cook. I can cook about anything.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Play basketball. That's my favorite sport, I guess
Yep.
you could say. Play like once a week.
That's your Sundays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy chess.
Yeah.
That mind, keep that mind tight. But no, other than that, man, I'm just a single dad. Fucking next little 12-hour break I get.
Yeah.
You never know what I'm gonna do. Like today, I went to go get a massage.
Oh, nice. What kind of massage? Was it a...
Just no happy ending.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you can see my hand there. I was doing weird things with my hand.
No, I was a little disappointed. She wouldn't accept a $5 bill. I don't get it.
I'm giving you the money. Just take it.
But I was like, if it was a nice day, I probably would have went golfing. So
True, yeah.
that's about it. I'm a pretty basic person.
Yeah. What kind of stuff do you like to cook?
No ice cubes this time.
No, I...
Nope, my butthole is good to go today. What do I like to cook? I enjoy cooking steaks because I mean, I feel like not perfected it because we can always do better.
Yeah.
But got it down pretty pat on steaks. I don't know. I like to make weird shit sometimes. Add this and that. See if it. Usually, I like to cook. I like to cook for others more than myself. So.
True, yeah. Like what kind of foods do you cook for your daughter?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Okay, I pour water into this bowl of mac and cheese that's already packaged and heat it up. I heat up a spaghetti that she likes that's already made. The only meals that she'll eat really that I cook is chicken
Okay.
and hot dogs
Hot dogs. Yeah.
and steak. She's very picky.
I feel like most kids are.
But yeah.
Most kids don't want.
But
to
yeah,
eat, like,
usually I like
nice
if I have a guest over or something, or someone staying the night, I always ask like, "Wait, what do you like for dinner?" Or "What do you like?" Because then I like the challenge of trying to make it and see if they like it.
True. Yeah, that's a good challenge. Where do you get your ingredients? Do you like, always go to the grocery store? Do you go to farmers markets?
The grocery store.
Grocery store, yeah.
But I like fresh stuff. Like I always get on my mom sometimes when we go over there. I'm like, "Why are you not cooking with fresh ingredients?"
Yeah, that's why I like going to farmers markets in Toronto. It's actually cheaper now to go to a farmers market than it is to go to the grocery store, and everything is like as fresh as can be. Like it's all just like higher quality shit.
Groceries are so expensive now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. Doesn't make any sense too. Like I don't know. I don't understand how the farmers market's paying less than the grocery stores are. Like they're not making it en masse. It's like one farmer doing it for their gig.
Yeah, I have no clue, but hopefully don't go up no more. People are gonna be struggling.
No. Are you able to answer any questions about your daughter? If not, I totally understand. That's
depending on what kind of questions. Yeah.
So you mentioned you're a single father. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Let's see. Typical deadbeat mom or dad story.
Okay.
But in the most general way ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a battle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had full custody of her for.
Okay. And does she ever see her mom?
Let's see. She just saw her for her birthday, and the last time she saw her before that was in December.
In December. Okay.
But they're all supervised visits, so.
Right.
So yeah, it's
And do you
not
feel,
an easy life.
Yeah, like what kind of goes into being like this is something that I'm not familiar with, you know, like I don't have any kids, so like what kind of goes into being a parent that's like different now than I know there's probably a shit ton of things, but like, you know, just kind of describing like generally like what's different about being a parent versus when you're single or when you don't have kids, I guess.
Like after this stream, you can go do whatever you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I gotta go pick her up. Right. I say that's the biggest. You can't do what you want to do anymore. It's not about you.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing, and just the constant no breaks. It's like watching a kid's not that bad, right? Like yeah, I could probably leave you with my daughter for a day, and she would survive, right?
I've heard you be like, "You good?" Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like, but it's the constant every single day.
Yeah.
No break or something. You know what I mean? It's,
yeah.
There's, yeah. That's about it. Yeah, raising her is not that difficult. It's just the everyday thing.
Do you ever get worried when you're watching the news about like what the world's gonna be like when she's older or anything like that?
A little bit, but I usually try not to worry about shit I can't control.
That's fair. Yeah.
Well, she's just gonna have to adapt, and I got to try to teach her the best I can to adapt. Like AI programs, like here, right in the summer, I'm gonna try to start getting her the AI shit. Because if not, she's just gonna be one step behind everybody else.
Right. So you mentioned that like as long as it's something that makes her happy, she'll be down. Are there any like occupations or jobs where you're like, no, she's not doing that?
No, I would never tell.
No.
Nah. I mean,
like,
do I want her to have OnlyFans or a porn? No, I don't. Yeah. But I would be like, at that point, don't even fucking tell me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, of course, there's a few occupations where you want your kid to have some morals and,
yeah.
But no, whatever she wants to do, it's her life.
Like, I wish my parents had said, like they really wanted me to become an academic. I wish they had been like, no, this is a terrible idea. Like, it's not a good career. There's no like money
I
in
mean,
it.
there's a difference between there's a fine line between explaining to someone a situation and an outcome and
Your squad mate's
being negative about it. Like I feel like our parents, at least my parents, were more like on the negative side about things. If that makes sense.
In what way? Yeah,
More like worried about something, or like they kind of only showed you like, oh well, if you do this kind of thing, well, if this can, they always kind of like warn you about the negatives, right, instead of the positives.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like,
Like
what not
say
to
for
do.
instance, say I wanted to be like baseball player, right? um, their way would be like, well, you know, you're probably not gonna make it, or you're not gonna do this. But the way I like to try to raise it is like, you can do this, but be ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think switching words around and changing it is a big.
Right. Okay. Like, be prepared for the difficult things ahead, but that doesn't mean that
Yeah,
it
yeah,
should
yeah,
stop
yeah.
you from doing it. Okay.
But correct, yeah. So instead of leading with negative shit, lead with a positive vibe, and then, uh, you know, then you can give your warnings or whatever you feel like.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how I'm gonna rate.
Yeah, that sounds good. I don't think if I had other questions. I wrote a couple down, but I'm just kind of scanning through them. What's your communication like with your military buddies today? Like, do you still hang out with them? Do they? What's that like?
I mean, I play games with one of them, but not really too much because they don't really live close to me.
Are they all spread around the
And then,
U.S.?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and then, you know, I have to say no to a lot of things anyway when I get invited out, as is. So.
Because you have your daughter to look after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might be able to attend 1 out of 10 things that I get.
Okay.
Can't wait. 6 more years, and I think she'll be able to watch herself.
Do you ever like? Have you ever had like a babysitter or anything like that? Like, do you feel like nervous leaving her with people?
The only ones that ever watched her first get canceled.
Sorry.
In the game? Are you in the game with me or no?
No, I'm in the finding match screen. Oh wait, now it says standby. That's
Okay, there we go. Wait, what'd you say?
Like, yeah, do you ever feel uncomfortable leaving her in the care? I know she's been in the care of your parents before, but like, do you?
Parents, my sister, and my close friend. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Is that the close friend who?
I don't. Yeah, I don't do random babysitters.
Yeah. How come? Is there a reason for it?
I mean, you can't even trust her own mom, right? So,
Right.
I'm gonna have a little bit of distrust.
Okay. Were you ever married before?
Yep.
How long were you married for?
Trying to make me do math. I'd say before we separated, only like a year and a half. I mean, I only got married so I can have rights.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't being married out of love. No.
Okay.
It was being married so I had rights. Everything was calculated from the start.
So wait, how old were you when your daughter was born then? Like 27, 28?
Yep, 2 days apart.
Right, yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah, same weekend.
So I guess I was 27 then when she was born, technically.
27 and 363 days.
Yeah.
And yeah, just so yeah, anyone who's just coming in right now, thank you very much for being here. We're just doing like an information interview so everyone can get to know Soldier a little bit better. So one of your other interests that we talked a lot about is like in space and like the universe and stuff like that in nature. How'd you develop that interest?
You know what? That kind of connects to my military experience.
Yeah, how so?
So I remember one night I was laying on top of the gunner's truck. We were on this base, and if you know about space and stars, light pollution pretty heavy around here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it limits the amount of stars you can see. But in Afghanistan, there's fucking no light pollution. So I remember just laying on top of the truck, looking at the stars, listening to music, and just seeing every single fucking star. So, like it was a that's one thing I liked about Afghanistan. Like, sky was just filled with stars.
Enemies are dropping into the area.
I'd say maybe that might be one of the times when I became interested.
Yeah.
I did astrology and shit when I was in school or college. I attempted at least.
What kind of classes did you take for that?
It was like a basic one because
Fire for deployment to the war zone.
I wanted to do something in like astrology, but it was just I get bored of things quick. Like if I learn something, I get bored of it pretty quick.
Yeah.
I like to move on to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't go into that field. I couldn't sit there and try to learn all the fucking dippers and stars, and I couldn't do that.
Yeah. What were some of your favorite classes when you were in school?
My favorite classes when I was in school?
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not a big school person.
Yeah.
It's difficult for me to learn something through a book.
Just keep a few
Yeah.
extra plates handy.
I still think the books are the least effective way of teaching people, and we still use it so much. Their universities are trying to start to transition out of it as
That's
much.
good. I'm just not a book person. I don't know. Like I like learning, but I don't fucking want to read to learn it. We got this technology now where I don't have
Yeah.
to fucking read something to learn it.
The more,
Yeah, back then you had to.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why the fuck would I read a book when I could watch a movie and visualize it and kind of come up with my own scenario, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something more visually pleasing.
Yeah, that's what I shoot for in my classes, is trying to teach through experience rather than teach through knowledge. Like, show people what it's like rather than just explain it or have them read about it. Because the more the people engage with it, the more that they're involved, it increases memory retention pretty significantly.
One thing about me though is I don't like being the worst at something.
Okay.
I'm okay not being the best. I just
Yeah.
don't want to be the worst. So if I suck at something, I will practice it until I'm not the best or not the worst.
Okay.
So like if we're in a group or you're around somebody or and I find out I'm the worst at something, I'll fucking practice until I'm better than them. I just hate being last.
Do you think that is a personal trait, or is that more something from the military?
I'd say that's personal trait.
Yeah. That makes sense. What was the?
So
what
I'm
was-
good. I'm like decent at a lot of shit. That makes
Get 'em
sense.
back.
I can definitely attest to that. You carry me in pretty much every game we play. What was the book that you read when you had that one chance to read
Oh,
the book?
dude. Fuck.
It's the one book you read as an adult.
I don't remember the book name. I do remember I liked it though.
Yeah.
But I do. So I also read the Hunger Games series when I was.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, my sister sent me those when I was overseas. So
Did you enjoy those ones?
yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But I can't remember it. I can't remember the book. Like I remember the movie. I just can't remember.
I feel like once you see a movie that's based on a book you've read, it's kind of just like those memories are just like replaced. You know what I mean? Like it's like now you have the visual. Why try and remember what it was like to pretend? But yeah, so what are some other like things where like if you were trying to get to know someone, say you're building out your like Tinder profile or something, or a dating profile, like what would you put on there that would try and catch people's attention?
Like, all right, if it was a dating one, I would be, like mine says now, if you want to, like mine right now says, if you're serious, you message me first. I'm not messaging you.
Okay. What
I
what
mean,
what
I'm
made you
pretty.
put that in there? Do you have any experiences with?
Because these females I be talking to are so boring and can't hold a conversation sometimes. It's just if you want to talk in that way, I weed out because I feel like there's a society norm where it's like the men have to reach out, right?
Hmm.
It's, and I want someone that goes against the grain. So that's like the first. Hey, she went against the grain of society norms. I know it's not that big of a deal, but um, it's the start of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of like weed out the 90% of people who are
Mm-hmm.
just boring right off the bat.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm not a boring person, but shit, I can hold a little bit of a conversation.
Hmm. It's got to be more than just the superficial, like, "Hey, how's your day? Good, thanks."
Yeah, see, I'm not a big, so I'm not a big person in small talk.
Yeah,
Like real life situations, like for my daughter's birthday party, right?
yeah.
Where you have to go and meet adults that you never know. You know, it's for the kids, right?
Hmm.
And I see all these parents and shit interacting with each other, being socially normal, and I'm just sitting on the bench talking to them like by myself because I don't like small talk. Like if we don't have a purpose to talk, I'm not going to talk.
Yeah.
And then some people, for whatever reason, feel like they're obligated to come say hi to me, like I'm like feeling awkward. I'm like, I promise you, you just made it more awkward because you don't have nothing to say. You come over here and talk about the weather, like, oh yeah, the typical fucking how's the weather line. Like I don't like. It's just a waste of my time. And I know that sounds like an asshole, but
No, no, it makes sense.
I just don't like small talk, and I will show it. I will sit there and say it, few words, but then there's times where like we are, I am engaged in something, and I'll talk about it, or I have a deep conversation with somebody that I never met
Hmm.
off something stupid, but it's meaningful a little bit. You know what I mean? More than an obligation.
Like, so say someone in the chat here wants to get to know you better and wants to kind of strike up a conversation that you'd be engaged in. What do you think they should start their conversation with?
That's the thing, man. If you got to plan it, then it's not natural, right?
Yeah.
That's how, you know what I mean? Um, I don't know. Whatever naturally comes to your mind. It shouldn't be planned out or nothing. Like this is different. This
Yeah,
situation
yeah,
is different.
yeah.
But yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Whatever comes to mind or that you feel like talking about, but don't just talk to me just to talk.
Yeah, fair point. I feel like I do that sometimes too. It's not like small talk. It's just like I feel like
Well,
obligated to say like hello or like,
so it's different. Like if I know you before, then I don't give a shit. Right?
yeah.
It is what it is. That's small talk to me at that point is more of a respect thing,
Hmm.
right? But it's me when I don't know you at all or never met you or anything like that.
Yeah, like meeting a random at the party, like, yeah, hot weather out
Like
there.
I fucking hate people that come up to me and tell me their life story.
Okay.
Ever like no like that I don't know at
Yeah.
all. Like like I don't give a fuck, man. Like Jesus Christ, I don't care how you lost your leg, man.
That was a very specific one. Did that happen?
Yeah, like telling me a story about how they lost their leg, or like,
See,
dude,
like,
I don't give a shit,
of all
man.
the things you could have said, I was like, that sounds like like that's something I would want to hear about. You know what I mean? Like if someone came up and was like, "Want to
Yeah,
hear the
but
story about how I lost my leg?" I'd be like, "Yes." Like,
like I get that, but it's like, dude, it's about you. It's
yeah,
not about a conversation. I mean, cool. But there's like you could tell when people are just trying to vent, and like I'll just let them fucking vent.
yeah, they just want
Like
to speak for
whatever.
the sake of speaking.
But yeah, but I'm not gonna fucking go further than that.
Yeah,
To me, I don't think you should tell someone your whole life story when you just met them.
yeah, that's fair.
And I'm talking about like one-on-one chats. You know what I mean? Like, like, do you go to like a cashier and start telling them about your day or something?
I will avoid them at all costs. Like when I'm in public and people are just like that I don't know around, I just will avoid them like 100%.
Yeah, it's just like some people are so open. Like I get it. Like people are, whatever. Float your boat if you want to say your whole life story about shit. Whatever. Me personally, I don't care for it.
Yeah.
Redeploying. Well done. Resurging. Go get your revenge.
Yeah, I would say most people would probably think I'm an asshole, or not an asshole, but this is what I've been called before. It's like some people think I feel like I'm better than them or something because I don't like acknowledge a lot of things. If that makes sense.
In what
But it's
way?
just-
Like, do you want to explain that a little bit further?
Oh, what was it? Like some people think I'm like too good to talk about this or do that, and it's like, nah, I just don't fucking want to. Like it's not like you do you, but I don't know. But you know, usually they change their perspective pretty quick once a natural and real conversation come up, and they're like, oh shit.
That was one of the things I really noticed, like when we were like starting to chill more, and like like you really helped me with like personal transformation. You know what I mean? And that was a pretty big, like I don't know if I would have expected that from you before that, I guess.
Yeah. See, then that's how, and doesn't that mean more than to someone that does it all the time? Or
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? So that's how I am. Like,
yeah.
I slowly open up when I feel like I want, like, feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely more meaningful.
Yeah.
Bounty contract's been pulled.
So yeah, so before we finish, so is there anything else that you would like to add?
Fuck.
And while you're thinking on that, I'm gonna ask people in the chat. Does anyone have a
Yeah,
question?
yeah. Ask them if they got me.
Okay. So this has been a really cool experience. So what we're doing. So if you're just like joining in right now, what I'm trying to do is start to get to know people in the community better, and start to see like all the interesting parts of people's lives. So Soldier has very kindly agreed to be the first person in this, and I'm hoping that we can do it more. But ideally, what if anyone has any questions they would like to get to know Soldier better. So we've been talking about his military experience, his interests, his life, everything like that. Is there any questions that people have that they would like to hear a little bit more about Soldier's life? It's been really cool to get to know each other. This is like, you know, I feel like there's some questions I asked today where it's like I never would have just asked this outside of like an interview. You know what I mean? Where I feel like I'm getting to know you a lot better, but like it's not something I would have just been like, hey, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, feel free to throw out some questions if you have them. Liv says small talk is the worst. Yeah. Jeff says penile 6'9". Okay. Well, people are typing messages. Oh wait, here we go. No questions, but thank you for sharing, and thanks for doing this. That no worries. One question I have for you about is about streaming. Are you planning on streaming more in the next little while, and if so, like on a schedule or anything like that?
Oh shit. I just do it randomly.
Yeah.
Whenever my dog don't, I feel like my dog is not gonna piss me off, or my daughter's not around, like bugging me every 10 seconds. So it's I'm not gonna be able to have no schedule.
Right. Okay. Dylan said, "I noticed there was a lack of discussion about your life-changing ET experience. Would you like to share more on that?"
Okay, so if you ever need to go get a massage, first of all, if you go get a massage, don't expect a happy ending, right? That's the first rule of a happy ending. Second rule is if you get naked, like fully naked, there's a higher chance. Definitely, for sure. But the finger in the butt, yeah, I don't know what made me say yeah. I was like, well, I never had a finger in my ass before, so I'm already getting a happy ending I never had before. Why not knock two birds out with one stone? So that was kind of the thought process through that one.
Okay. For science.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do things just because you've never done them before.
That's fair. After the story, I thought it was super common. That's the thing. I've been to massages before. It never once crossed my mind that it was going to be anything other than them rubbing my back. Like, I don't think that it was ever like, I wonder if something's going to happen. Is that like a thing? Like, is that...
So there's like key words that you look for into like massage bar. So if they refer to themselves as like a masseuse, or they, in their things they have like, we offer extras, or if they have like Rose in their name,
Have
or
Rose in
something
their
like
name?
that. Yeah,
What's
that's like a code word. Um,
Wait,
bunch
do
of
you know
other
where that?
subtle shit that.
Do you know where that comes from? Like, what about Rose? Like ROWS? You mean?
Yeah, I have no fucking clue. It's
No.
just one of those things where they said it's like a. I don't know how one became it, but it's one of those things where if there's a Chinese massage parlor and they have like Rose in the name, then there's a high chance of one.
Okay.
um, let me see. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, if they want to do it, they'll offer you at the end if you would like it. If not, also a big sign if they start touching your genital area, your balls and shit. That's a pretty good sign you're about to get one. That's what happened to me. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to get it. Because she would like go over the towel and like graze it.
Just kind of doing one of
Fuck
those
yeah.
things, yeah. That's really yeah. So sorry, wait, was it ROSE or ROWS? Like rose,
Like a
and ball?
rose.
Like a flower.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh, you mother. Right when it's disabled. But yeah, so you never had a happy ending before?
Like not from a professional that I paid, I guess.
Well, okay.
Like in relationships, and you know, like
Well, that's
like,
a hand job.
yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
We have to be professional now. It's a happy ending.
Yeah, no, never had that.
No, they're fucking good because you get. I mean, your whole body gets relaxed first, and you know most of them are pretty well trained, and then pop goes the weasel.
I guess the training really helps.
Like today, I didn't get one today, so but I didn't expect one. So
Get your squad to the safe zone. No one gets left behind.
Does it give you a
and
little
if
bit
you go
of
if you go to the same person more often, then you have a higher chance.
okay, you got the report.
Especially if you like tip them.
Yeah.
Without getting one.
Liv just said, "Do they go through training?" How does this compare to basic training that you went through?
Shower drills, man.
Shower drills take on a very different meaning in that context.
Oh shit! Hey, can you buy me back?
Yeah, yeah, over here. Yeah. Right. Here we go. Did it work? I think
Someone is googling massage services right now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Massages near me. They even have, I think, sometimes they have like fucking trackers. Like people report on who gets happy endings. Weird.
I don't know if I would want to be on that list, but maybe I do. Like maybe it's like, oh yeah, no, like he's a good one. You want to have him on the list.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Got 30 bullets.
Shit. Oh, they couldn't.
Oh, how do you know I'm right there? Oh, I thought you were still alive.
I was until a second ago. Like literally right now, I just died.
Oh.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he know I'm right there, though?
But too.
You want to play one more? I only got like one more in me.
Yeah, one more sounds good. Okay, so Jeff said I need to start massages. Liv said legit Jeff, okay, search for Rose and you'll get there. Liv says I did when you first told the story. I think you meant like I did look it up. Was gonna get Bruno one for his birthday, but then I found out it was gonna be way more than $50. What did you search for, Liv? Like what did you find? Pretty sure they're Googleable these days, says Dylan. Is it legal technically?
Oh.
No, because in Canada, brothels are technically legal. I think it's at-home prostitution that's not legal.
Fuck, I'm about to come to brothel.
Yeah, like in Toronto.
No, but I mean, no, but I mean, it's almost impossible to catch one. I mean, in a private room, so
Yeah, exactly.
no one knows anything other than you two.
Yeah. Well, after the story, I thought most of them did. Yeah, like I didn't know. I had no idea.
What, you thought most did happy endings?
Yeah. Like any massage parlor you go to, like mine, I have like coverage through my university for like back like massage therapy, I guess. There's like I get like a certain number of appointments I could book a year, and I never use them, but I really should. But yeah, I'm pretty sure like they have like for mine it's like a set list of places that you can book appointments at. I mean, it sounds so casual. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, if it's over like $100, there's a high chance, like over $100 for an hour, high chance you might get a happy ending after that.
Yeah.
Oh, trial and error.
Yeah, actually, building on that, would you what would make you want to come to Canada one day? On top of brothels and legal weed, just saying.
What would make me want to come to Canada?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you ever gone traveling? Because you said that was your first time flying. Have you ever been traveling since your deployment?
I go to cruises and shit, but outside of the States, I had a plan. I had one set up, like a few weeks before COVID hit. I was supposed to go to Ireland. And I got canceled.
Oh yeah, I remember you said that. Yeah.
Tried to do that here soon again. But yeah, I want to go Ireland and Egypt are like my top two, and then I want to retire in like Thailand or something.
Thailand? Oh, what do you know about Thailand? I've been there before, actually.
That is cheap. So
Yeah.
like basically, I can live like a god
Oh yeah.
off $1,500 a month.
I mean, I was there like, I guess it would have been like 2008, so like almost like 20 years ago. And even at that time, it was like you get like a full-on steak dinner for like $1.50.
Yeah,
Like,
that's where I want to I swear that's where I want to retire, because I could literally have like maids and butlers and all that shit.
yeah. Weather's nice too.
Like I know people that are retired there, and like they have, like I said, maids and people that cook for them and everything, and cheap.
Yeah. Do you, as part of your military background, do you think that you'll be able to retire earlier, especially now that you have the
I'm
knowledge?
retiring at 57.
57? Okay.
We're headed to the war zone.
Yep.
Get geared up.
You knew that very quickly. You're like, yeah, I'm counting down the day. Yeah.
So basically, I get 3 retirements. So I'm gonna be set.
What does
Well,
that mean?
essentially 4, I guess.
What does that mean that you get multiple retirements?
So like there's one I contribute into the 401k, like a 401k type,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then as a federal employee, you pay into another program that gives you, monthly check when you retire. And then since I'll be 57 with 30 years of service, I'll be able to collect Social Security,
Okay.
government. And then I also have my VA shit that I get every month.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna be set when I come 57.
That's awesome. Paying $100 for a happy ending, not worth it. Really, Jeff?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe she's trying to twist your dick off, but you're not paying the $100 to get jerked off. You're paying to get a massage and jerked off.
Yeah, it's the combo that you're going for.
I promise you, it's totally different than them high school hand jobs underneath the lunchroom table.
They will make it worth it. I paid like $80 for a regular massage semi recently. Wait, what do you mean semi, Dylan?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty average.
Yeah. Like you had a semi when it was going on? Or
Okay,
like-
so wait, did he say you had a little bony?
I think that's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? You paid for a regular massage semi recently.
Oh, maybe he meant like recently, semi-recently.
Oh,
so
semi.
not like real
Oh,
recent.
okay. You're reading it way better.
Okay, so who said that?
that was
that Jeff?
That was Dylan.
Dylan, did you go completely nude?
Is this a oh, by the way, held for reasons sex-based terms, Dylan said, and there was no crotch grazing.
Yeah, but were you nude though?
Is this like an optional thing, Soldier, where like if you go in, like if I just went in and got naked, would they be like, no, put your fucking clothes back on?
No. Like today, I went fully nude.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they put a towel over you and shit. But she was like rubbing my butt cheeks and all that.
That would have been confusing for me. I would have been like,
I'm not gonna lie, like halfway in, I thought I was gonna get one.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I didn't, cause she was definitely putting her like titties in my face a little bit.
Okay.
Stroking the booty.
Nice.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna get one. But I knew once I had to switch over, once I had to turn over, I wasn't gonna get one.
I wonder if it's like a tactic to get you being like, okay, I feel like I'm close, you know, one more massage with that person, and like next time it'll be the thing.
Oh no. Like I said, as long as you go in there not expecting one, you're good.
Yeah. I'm saying it like it was a few months ago. Oh, okay. Semi recently. Gotcha. Okay. Instructions were unclear, so I got fully naked. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just err on the safe side and just be naked for it. I think that's the right call.
Oh shit! Another one.
Where are you at the moment? So you just get naked and that's the signal. Well, yeah, I feel like that's half the signal. You know what I mean? It's like once you're there, you're already like one step.
No, like today I double checked. She's like, go ahead and get undressed. I said everything. She's like, yeah, whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Yeah, so you double check because you want them to be comfortable too.
Right. Yeah.
You don't want them to think you're just there to get a fucking happy ending.
I'm ready, just like whip it out, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I am calling the police. I'd get naked for it. I'd be hoping for one. You just gotta pray. Oh shit! You just died right there. I'm gonna go back to bio. I think this is coming.
But yeah, if you guys never had a massage, I highly encourage it. Happy ending or not.
Yeah, I mean, every massage I've ever had.
Like
there's
today,
not
I was
been
like,
happy endings, but
I got back in the car and I'm like, oh shit, I'm like sitting straight up.
yeah. I miss that. I miss sitting and not feeling like I'm in pain if I'm sitting in a fully upright position. Wait, so you're just butt ass naked laying there, no towel? That was Dylan's question. Did you have a towel?
No, I had a towel.
Yeah, okay.
So they told me to get undressed. They leave the room. There's a towel on the table.
You got a loadout drop inbound.
And you just put the towel over your butt, lay face first, and get ready. Dude, are you lagging?
Yeah, I am in this round, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else in here get a happy ending? So no one's got a happy ending ever.
That makes you so cool. Everyone's like, I want to be more like him. See, in that sense, it's almost like, you know, it's like...
I mean, some people probably had the signs to get one. They just didn't follow through with it.
Or maybe it's just they saw you and they're like, yo, I want to jerk you off right now. Like, this is like, I'm feeling compelled to do this.
I highly doubt that. Bad.
Shit. Oh, they got behind me. Oh, they were in front of me. Never mind. Not at a parlor. Wait, so Dylan, what was yours then? If you're saying not at a parlor, that kind of implies.
Oh, he went to a private house. He went to
Yeah.
a private location.
I mean, you're in Canada, so brothels are illegal here. I tried.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I need to come to Canada for a fucking brothel. I need to get that off my checklist.
Earn this.
Because, I mean, they're safe, right? Like, they legally have to be safe, right?
Yeah, if they're legal establishments, then yeah.
No, I mean, like, they have to get daily checks or at least... Or they have to get some kind of checks to make sure they're clean, right?
That I don't know. I don't know I've never gone.
I figure there's some kind of regulations for that.
Usually, like
It's gonna
that,
be
pretty much
legal.
with everything that gets legalized, they will have some form of regulation. Like now with weed, like they have they do government testing. Like that, I saw recently that like one company got recalled because they had too many pesticides still in their weed. Like that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure that would happen. So yeah, I'm sure there would be some sort of regulation, especially if they want to stay as like even
They're
if it's
fully
not,
clothed. That was not a massage.
you were fully clothed, Jeff. That's just someone smacking you a little bit with their hands. That's that. How much did you pay for that?
Even the ones didn't pay nothing.
Yeah, even the ones that I've gone to where I wasn't naked, it was like I was just in boxers. Like I wasn't like I don't think I could have done it fully clothed. That would have felt more uncomfortable to me than just getting
Oh
jerked
yeah,
off.
that's not even relaxed.
Yeah.
Oh dude, I hope you experience that happy. And you give him permission.
Don't know if that would. I don't know if that would go over well. I
Oh,
also
she
don't
would
know-
let you.
I also just don't know if I would enjoy it as much as other people would. I
Oh,
feel
you
like-
would fucking enjoy it. You would enjoy it.
They do massage at your chiropractor. Oh, okay. So it's like that's more of like an adjustment, right? Than a massage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even then, though, I've been to a chiropractor and I had to take my shirt off so that they could get like full leverage on my back and stuff. That's called physical therapy. Yeah, I think that's a little bit different.
Can you imagine Jeff going into physical therapy expecting a fucking happy ending?
Yeah, you go into the chiropractor and like, yo, I'm ready.
Just pulls his zipper down and sticks his cock out. Like, here we go. I'm ready.
All excited on the face, like you can see it. He's like, I'm ready for this. Jeff, I want you to try that next time you go to the chiropractor and share that experience with everyone. Just whip it out and see what they say. You have a separate adjustment for your back. Oh, okay. Oh, it was a massage. Okay.
Time for vengeance. You're redeploying. Resurgence is about to end. Make
Pretty
it
good.
count.
Oh my gosh, no. I think that'd be hilarious. Pull the naked man out. Yeah, pull the naked man. You gotta just pick the right pose with your chiro. Do the Captain Morgans.
No. You fuckers. Watch out.
Station. Good work.
You like your freedom. That's a fair point.
Gas is
Fuck,
moving.
they're picking me off even in the air. I'm trying to pull my shoot earlier, and I think that was the terrible idea.
We lost that sumbitch. Bounty contract.
You're trying to get him registered as a sex offender. No, not like intentionally. I just think it'd be really funny. More funny from a sitcom perspective than a real life perspective, I think. Yes, Coop wants to get me arrested. I definitely don't.
Reinforcements inbound.
The Captain Morgan works every time. Exactly. Liv knows. There you go.
Adjusting prices.
There's the Mr. Clean. Superman.
Your squad mates redeploying. Well done. You're being tracked by an enemy squad. Evade and survive.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna guess after this game you're probably gonna have to head out,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you very much for being my first interviewee.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Bro. Who's
and-
next?
Yeah, so I do want to do this more. So if you guys are watching, I would really like to continue this. And I'm sure there's a lot of people, because I'm definitely thinking this right now. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like, my stories cannot match awesome, like crazy military stories, and like that's probably true. But I still want to like hear everyone's, you know, what everyone's life. So like, there's so many things that like you don't really know are interesting until you hear them. You know what I mean? Like when I'm collecting data on people in the field for sociology, like I'm never expecting half of the shit that I hear. You know what I mean? And so like hearing about people's jobs, like, or, you know, their day-to-day life, those stories are really impactful and can really like, it can be like life-changing, but also just like very interesting and a good way to get to know each other. So hopefully other people will be open to doing this next. If you would like to be the next interviewee, you can message me on Discord if that's something you're interested in. Otherwise, I will start just asking people, and hopefully people will be open to it. I would like to. Oh shit! I'm way in the storm. This was a mistake. I looked away for too long. Okay, there we go. Did you try the Superman on Renzi? It's a good question. I can't really remember. I would, but I don't know if I actually did. I would like to try and get naked with hopes of a happy ending at a place that does it. So just look for that rose keyword. But you gotta find out. Shit. Thanks again. This was seriously really good. I usually zone out during podcast streams if I'm not active in chat, but I was fully tuned in the whole time. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Soldier, do you... Oh, how'd they hit me? Do you have any tips to make people feel more comfortable doing something like this?
Like what?
I don't know, like...
Happy ending? No, I'm just joking. I mean, don't do it if you don't feel comfortable with it. That's the best way I could put it.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not as bad as you think.
Yeah. I thought that's what you meant.
Because if you don't want to do it and you're kind of forcing yourself to do it, then it's going to come off like that, kind of. But
yeah.
Also, you should get out of your comfort zone sometimes.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think that's what I would say too. It's just like, yeah, like
if I didn't know coops, I wouldn't fucking do this.
Yeah.
But you know, kind of know each other a little bit.
Yeah. I think it helps to have that comfort, but it's also like, it can be really like a cool experience to kind of share a little bit about your life and have people get to know you better. And
especially like if you are the type of person that keeps saying you want to apply to Big Brother or want to be on Big Brother, like you got to fucking do these.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's gonna be a lot of this. May as well do it with someone you're comfortable with first. Get some practice. Just relax the sphincter, says Liv. There you go. That's good advice too.
Good.
Are they like right at the top of that ladder? No, okay. How many? Looks like there's 4 teams left. No offense, but I will not. Okay.
Oh, dude, I'm lagging so bad.
Yeah, this round's server is kind of weird. Final circle.
I hear him right above me too.
Yeah.
Finish your mission. Take them down.
You got one other person on our team too.
Oh
shit.
Lucky.
Let's see if our final player here can get it. No offense, but I will not participate. I'll just keep enjoying watching. Fair point, Jeff. Besides, I'm working every day, Monday through Thursday. So, Jeff, I will be... Oh, the circle's getting real small. I will be changing my stream schedule going forward. Wait, how are they... Oh, they must be in the building underneath. This is where it's going to get tense. I will be changing my stream schedule going forward. The day streams are one that are probably going to change. Specifically, definitely Mondays. I won't be able to do after today. I'm going to be working downtown on Mondays. And
did we just get the...
Is that...
Oh.
That would have been such a good way to end. Damn it. Second place isn't bad, though.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's. Yeah, thank you very much for being in for part of this. And yeah, I will post details in the Discord with like an @everyone message about how my schedule is going to change, because yeah, that will change going forward. But yeah, thank you again so much.
I think Liv says she wants to do it next.
Liv, are you up for it? If it's not during the day, if it's at night or something, will you stream in the evenings? I'm probably going to do some more streams in the evenings. I just don't know what days or what times or anything like that, just because the days are, yeah, now I'm kind of transitioning. I'm going to be teaching 2 days a week and working 2 days a week during the day, and so the daytimes are going to not be ideal for me.
You have to do a drinking interview with Liv. I feel like that's the way to get to it.
Okay, so Liv, there you go. Liv said no. I think in terms of consent, that means like, you know, maybe yes. That's
oh yes, 3 negatives definitely equal.
Yeah,
yes.
they like cancel each other out, exactly.
No. Yeah, that means yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that we could do one on Saturday night or something like that. I'm not a good public speaker, and I know this isn't public speaking, but I get very nervy. I get it, but it's don't do something you don't want to do, obviously. But I think you're really good at speaking, so I think yes, you get me drunk first. Okay, yeah, we could just do that on a Saturday then. I would enjoy listening to Liv. There you go. You already got one fan. So yeah, thank you all very much for being here. Thank you again, Soldier. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
Oh, yeah. Got to play some COD too.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, so I'm gonna rate
second
out
place matches somehow.
Yeah, we got two. So I am gonna raid out here in a second. Does anyone have someone they'd like me to raid? I think I have someone here. Let's go raid channel. Thank you very much, Jeff, and have a great rest of your day. There we go. Thank you, Lib. All right, so I'm gonna put through the raid. We're gonna go raid McCrae. Hopefully we can get McCrae in to do some Fallout 76 soon. So yeah, thank you all very much, and I will see you. I will likely be on tomorrow, but again, check the Discord because my
Who are you rated?
McCrae. Not different McCrae.
That's funny. All right.
All right.
GG's.
Take it easy. All right. Later, everyone.